off. Blow your nose on video.
I said I need to blow my nose.
I tell you. This is the start of a brand new vlog as well. I tell you. As if we're not traumatised enough. We are traumatised, aren't we, Lee? Well, we are. The everlasting gas bottle isn't everlasting anymore.
No.
But it did get to the end of dinner, didn't it?
It did.
So we're quite happy. Something else that's traumatised me too. Aston Villa were 2-0 up with 20 minutes to go and lost 3-2 against Man City. So that hands Man City the title. But there are some things that made me happy as well and that made me laugh today. Lewis Hamilton throwing a wobbly saying, I might as well finish and save the engine because he wasn't doing well in the race. We had a little hissy fit and that sums up that twat for me, to be fair. And George Russell beat him again, Lee.
Splendid.
He's beat him every race. So yeah, he's the best driver in the world, isn't he, old Hamilton? Gets beaten by his rookie teammate. I love that. So yeah, Hector's got a bone. Because we just had lamb shanks, didn't we, Lee?
We did.
Lee, where do them lamb shanks, where do they come from?
Aldi.
No, they come from a lamb. But they're very nice. But, mint sauce. See you later. Bye. Lee just reminded me, how long did the gas bottle last longer than it should have done if it didn't last as long?
Or when you thought it was empty.
Oh yeah, I thought it was empty. And how long ago was that?
3 weeks tomorrow.
So that's quite
The
good, isn't
2nd
it?
of May we bought the gas bottles.
So we got 3 extra weeks out of it. So now we've got 2 absolute full to the hilt ones, haven't we?
Mm.
So they should last us 20 weeks. That's what we think. So we're going to keep an eye on that. And we're going to keep you, our wonderful audience, informed of our gas usage.
I'm sure they'll be.
Bye.
Bye.
Have you ever knitted before?
Yes.
What are you knitting? Are you still knitting that one for the baby you don't know?
Yeah.
Bye.
For the baby I don't know. Bye.
Lee, we have another issue, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
We bought these chairs and they got really good reviews on Amazon. And have a look at this. Let's have a look at yours firstly. First of all, the arm came off, didn't it? Well, that's limp. Yeah, that's like an old man's willy. All right. And then the arm came off, didn't it? That bit.
Through there.
So I put a new bolt through it with a washer on it, and now that's going to come out as well. But then worst of all, turn it upside down, and it's ripped there as well. And it's not just Lee's chair, so she's not the only fat person. I probably sat on that chair, to be honest, as well. But this chair as well. Oh, Hector's got himself caught round it, sorry. This chair's done the same somewhere. I think it's this side, look. There you go. So there's a hole there as well. And the funny thing was, right, one of the reviews claimed to be an engineer, saying, oh, they're well engineered and they're made out of this, that and the other. He had to have been a plant, because he was talking shit, because they're not well engineered. And they weren't that cheap. They weren't like your cheap tenner ones, were they? No. I think we were skanked, so they're going back, so we've got to find a cardboard box to pack them up in, and they're going back. Because it's just ridiculous. We've had them for a week and they're falling apart. Maybe we just have to buy decent ones, eh, Lee?
Well, we thought these were decent ones.
I know, bye. Do you not want to get up yet then, Hector? He won't let me get him off the bed. Are you coming down now? Hector, are you coming down? You're actually going to get up. What is the time? It's 10:53, Hector. You're a very lazy hound, aren't you? It's Tuesday, I think, isn't it, Hector? Is it Tuesday? Been a bit miserable. Been a bit cold, isn't it, Hector, overnight? The weather's taken a turn for coldness, I say. Anyway, shall we see what happens today, mate? Are you actually really going to get up? Because I need to sort myself out some toast and stuff. Say bye. Well, I burnt me flipping toast, didn't I? I got waylaid and started doing other things while it was toasting. And I had one proper burnt one, so that I had to scrape that off. That was a bit minging. I'll tell you. Anyway, I actually wanted to just have a quick thank you, to be honest. And it's been nice to see a few people getting involved in the conversation. Because I think a couple of vlogs ago, I spoke about chemtrails. Well, I didn't speak about them, I asked you about them, to be honest, because I don't bloody know. And some of the responses were quite interesting. I think there's a bit of a confusion between chemtrails and contrails. Most of us, I think, know what contrails are. That's basically just the heat from the jet engines causes condensation, and you get those stripes in the sky. But what normally happens is they just dissipate quite quickly. Sometimes they hang around for a bit, obviously because it depends on atmospheric temperature and what else is going on. I don't know. But what people are talking about with the chemtrails is that there's no doubt, it's definitely been proved that they can change the weather, and they have done. That's been going on, well, I thought since the 60s, but I've been informed it was before then. So cloud busting it was called. So yeah, so that's been quite interesting. I say I'm not sure. I don't see enough evidence for anything too sinister. But that's not to say it doesn't happen, because I don't bloody know. I don't know whether I trust people anymore, trust the powers that be. Everything that's gone on the last few years, it's all too much. I say absolutely all too much. And I think people have become a bit gullible, so it's hard to know who and what to believe. I think we're all having that problem these days, aren't we? The other thing, obviously the last vlog we did was all on the iPhone. I'm shooting with that again now. And again, thanks for getting involved in it. Well, apart from one bloke who obviously saw the word Apple, because I'm using an Apple phone, and started going off on one, saying that his £20 Samsung is good and better than an iPhone Pro Max and all this lot. It did make me laugh. I do kind of like comments like that. Yeah, of course, he's going on about we need thousands of pounds worth of apps on an iPhone and they're all free on Android. Well, I'd love to know what apps he thinks are thousands of pounds on iPhone. My goodness, it's hilarious. But anyway, I digress. There was one comment on there that actually made me think, and a proper comment. And it was saying that they thought the quality of the iPhone was lovely and the colours were more natural. Well, I have a little confession to make there. When I'm using the action cams, I think it wasn't the last video, but the video before, you see there was like weird colours going on, so it wasn't so natural. But that was me, that wasn't the action cameras, and I was shooting in flat profiles just to play with colours. So, and sometimes I do that in vlogs, because I use these vlogs sometimes just to experiment a little bit. So what I was doing in that particular vlog, I was trying to do what's called film emulation. Now, with the opening footage with all the Blackmagic Cinema camera, it looked fantastic. But as soon as I tried to grade that onto the action cam stuff, it just went to pieces and didn't look so great. It was weird. But I couldn't be arsed changing it, to be honest with you, and it's fine for a vlog. So what I'm going to do, also I got asked about, well, hold on, actually, I've got to reiterate that, actually. The iPhone being more natural. You're going to be surprised what I show you in this next little bit, what the iPhone footage actually looks like when I pull it into the editing software I use. And this is because the iPhone is shooting HDR video, high dynamic range. You can put it to normal, which I think it ships to normal, but doesn't give you as much playroom. But when you see how it actually came out and then what I have to do to it to make it look natural, yeah, you'd be surprised. As I was about to say, I also got asked about the action cams and what we use, why we use them. So I'm going to just show you in a minute. So I'm just going to go inside. I mean, this weather's very bizarre. It looks like it's going to rain again now. That's why I'm right sitting on the hatch, ready to jump inside just in case. So I'm going to show you why we use what we use. It's only be quick, so you can make a decision if you wanted to start doing this sort of thing, the way you would go. I would still say for most people, just use your phone. It's cheap. You've got one already. But for those who want to take it a little step further, or they want to use action cams, there's a reason why we use what we use. And that'll become clear now in a minute. Anyway, I should go and sort it, bye. Right then, this is an Osmo Action. and this is my favourite action camera, and I'll show you why in a minute. This is an Insta360-1R with a 4K mod, and if you look at this one, you'll see that the screen is front facing and I've got the microphone on it, and this is what we use in the crutch when you see me talking in the crutch. This one is the same type of camera, Insta360-1R, but it's got a 1-inch Leica sensor on it. That's why it's got a bigger lens, and this is actually the best quality, and it's close with the iPhone, but it's got a bigger sensor, so it's way better in low light. But you'll notice that the screen is on the back. So I'm just going to put this iPhone on a tripod and stick it up so I can show you something. Right then, my choice. Why we use, we've got two of these. I've got one of these, and so's Lee. And the reason we use these, if I turn this on, what you'll see happen is at the moment the video is on the back screen. So when we're filming away from a scenery and that, we can see what we're filming as per any normal camera. But if I press this little side button here, now it's on the front screen. See, so the image is here. So now you can do selfie mode, so you can actually see what you're shooting. So that's why we like these. They're quick and easy. Might not be the best quality, but they're quick and easy and convenient and easy for Lee to use. So that's the camera of choice. The Insta360-1R. Now these are 360 cameras if you have a different mod in it. This part here is called a mod. No, that part there, sorry, is called the mod. That's the lens, that's the screen, and that's the battery. You can turn the screen round, but you have to take it apart to turn it round. So this is why this one's front facing for me doing me talk in the crutch. And it's inconvenient when you're out and about to try and turn the screen all the time. That's a pain in the backside. So it's a good idea, but it's too fiddly. So I say quality, great, better than the Osmo Actions. And then the daddy of action cameras, and I do think this is the daddy of action cameras, the 1-inch sensor. Obviously I've got this, so the screens, I can see the screen as the camera's pointing away, because I use this more for scenery rather than selfies. If you're doing a selfie with this, you have to be so far away from yourself because of the depth of field of the lens, that if I have it here, I'll just be out of focus. So it's not really a great vlogging camera, I guess. So I'll just gonna do 3 clips now, one from each camera, and just put them up so you can see the difference. And I won't fiddle with the footage this time. I'll just leave it absolutely standard so you can see that it fairly does. It does capture. They all capture the colours fairly correctly. So the iPhone's not that special in that way. Although the iPhone does do high definition, high dynamic range video, a bit like the Blackmagic Cinema camera. Obviously, I'm not putting that in this bit because that's a completely different thing. You can't vlog with one of them. Anyway, let's just show the footage. All I'm going to do is just show the back of me. I'll take the shots with each camera and let you then you can decide which you think is the best. Right then, and now we're on the iPhone, and at the moment you're seeing the way the footage comes in without me doing anything to it because we're filming in HDR. And now you should see after I've had to fiddle with it and change what's called the colour space to make it match standard definition, which you are watching this video in. Right, there is one thing I forgot to say about these Insta360s. There's one thing that makes these absolutely immensely powerful, is that these have different fields of view. So obviously cropped like I am at the moment, a little bit like different lenses, and then I can have wide and even wider, but I don't have to decide. I can do it afterwards in the app on the Mac. I can decide which type of format I want after I've shot it, so I don't even have to worry what format I'm shooting in. I can do it all afterwards, and that is brilliant. And also thanks for the responses about me doing a little tutorial on getting your memories up onto YouTube, so you've got somewhere where everyone else, you know, your kids and everything can see them privately. I'm going to do that. I'll try and do that later, and I'm probably going to, because obviously you're just uploading clips then, it'll all come clear. But if you wanted to put a load of clips together to make a little mini movie, I'll try and do that as well. Maybe not in this one, but very soon. Alright, bye. Well, it's around 6:40 now, and Lee's only just leaving from Dunstable. So she's going to grab something to eat on the way home. It's not fair for her to cook at this time. So we're going to have a KFC, which we don't have very often. We haven't had one for a while because you kind of get fed up with stuff, don't you? To be honest, you get fed up with all sorts of food you eat, don't you, really? So yeah, that's something just quick and easy, so that's all cool. What else is there? There's something I noticed, actually, while I've been out fanning around my camera. So many people have left the marina now. Honestly, there's so many spaces. And we're not talking about the people who leave in, because they normally leave in March, the people who come in for safe haven over winter. And they normally go at March, and a lot did go in March. And also because it was the end of some special offers that were going on here that all the newbies got that we didn't, which really peed a few people off. But a few of the people I've been kind of speaking to have said they were going to be leaving, and they kind of didn't when they said they were. But now they have. And some people who have been here quite a long time have gone. And they're citing the reason that it's got too expensive. And I have to agree with them. It's very expensive here. And, you know, it's not a quiet marina. You can always hear the road noise in the back. So it's hardly a lovely sanctuary that's beautifully and quiet and lovely and landscaped and all that. It's not. It's just parking space for your boats. I mean, yes, we're absolutely lucky that we're on the end plot. And there's a bit of grass outside our boat. So that's all cool. But there's no other facilities here, really. Like I say, there's not even a blooming laundry, you know. So I get it. We'll stay here because obviously, you know, Lee has to work in Dunstable. So moving south would probably cost us more because we're north of Dunstable. For those abroad who don't know what we're talking about, if we go north, then it does become cheaper. But Lee can't commute that sort of distance anyway. The savings we'd make would be negated in the travel time and the amount of more fuel that Lee'd have to use. So yeah, I think it's just gonna be a few of us left here. I'll tell you, it's a bit sad, but as I say, I kind of understand it. What else has been going on? Not a lot really. I've got a few things to do later, and again, I've been messing with this iPhone. I still like my action cameras, although the iPhone quality, I must admit, it is bloody good. But it definitely needs a gimbal. It just needs a gimbal. Simple as that. To use Filmic Pro, I'm actually filming this now in Filmic Pro rather than the camera app. It just needs a gimbal. So I might have to have a little word with Lee and see if we can pop some money in the bank, because the gimbal I want is actually on offer till the 29th of this month, and you get 20 quid off. Now it might not sound a lot, 20 quid off, but 20 quid's 20 quid, you know. I'll tell you, that's 18 cans of Hobgoblin. So that's about it for now. I don't know whether we'll do any more filming tonight. We'll see what happens, see what Lee's up to. And if not, I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye. Oh yeah, there's a couple of things I forgot to tell you about. Remember in the last vlog, I was showing you the new flavours for vapes I got. And there's one called Honeybee. Oh my God. It's absolutely disgusting. I'll tell you, for one, it stinks. And I'll tell you what it smells and tastes like. Incense. You know, them things you like. I don't mind the smell of those when you want them, but I won't be having any of that. It's grim. Oh dear, it really is grim. Now what the bloody hell was the second one? I forgot now. I'll tell you, it's all too much. I reckon I'm going mad, you know. I'll have to have a think and get back to you again. Oh yeah, the second thing's something quite exciting actually. Well, exciting for me. You know, we're saying we got Disney for 6 months with my new contract for the phone. Well, on there's a thing called Star TV, and I've got around 150 episodes of air crash investigation to watch within 6 months before it runs out. How cool is that? I'll tell you what, I love it. Bye. Well, that's a rather splendid evening, I say. It's been a very bizarre day. Rain, cold, rain, warm, sun, cold, rain, sun. You get the idea. It's quite a splendid evening. Look everyone, it's Lee! Bent over! What are you doing, Lee?
Just sorting out my bag for tomorrow. Getting my colours out.
You had a busy day?
Yes.
This is the first time you've been in this vlog.
Is it?
Yeah. So you're hairdressing this morning and then what are you holding your Nellies for?
Because I haven't got
Oh, don't worry about that. They've seen it all before. They've seen you naked, remember? Pixelated, but naked. And then you did more decorating at Pat's, didn't you?
Yes.
Huh. Anything else to say?
No. Died.
You're staying at Emma's tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah, staying at Emma's because well, I did have a client early Thursday morning because she was going to a wedding, but then she's changed it to Wednesday evening. But I'd already arranged to stay over at Emma's and do something with Emma on Thursday, so we're still going to do that.
Okay. So I'm being left all alone again tomorrow. I'm so hard done by.
Yeah, you are. You have to feed yourself and everything.
Oh, God.
Had you forgotten that bit?
Yeah. Got curry in a tin, haven't we?
Yes.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. Yeah, it's Wednesday. As you can see, I've had a shower and I've had a shave, I say. And I noticed, look, I've got a couple of, like, pustules or something going on. I hope I haven't got that bloody monkeypox. I'll tell you, I'll have to wear a face mask. I'll have to self-isolate. I'll have to close mine and Lee's businesses and lose all our money again. I'll have to clap like a blooming seal for the NHS and have to save the NHS, and I'll have to protect others. I tell you, it's all too much. And I'll tell you something though, seriously, they were saying that you can still catch it even if you're asymptomatic. Of course I'm taking the mick, but I'll tell you something in seriousness, right? For one, please, 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 for the love of God, don't everyone get drawn into this one as well. And I'll tell you, and also, I'll be really honest here, I'll be so intolerant of people who start winding me up about this one, or start going on about how serious it is. It's bollocks. They always try to scare us, and it does. I have woken up with the devil inside me today, I tell you. I was looking at quite a lot of the news last night on various channels and YouTube channels and websites, because I like to have a cross-section of different types of news. And some of the shit that's coming out of Davos, I'll tell you what, if Putin wants to nuke somewhere, can he not just nuke Davos and get rid of all those bloody idiots? They're on about now some sort of app that we'll all have that will trace our carbon footprint. Okay, so when you travel somewhere, it logs you in and it says, all right, because you've used a train, you've used this much carbon. If you've eaten a burger, you've had that much carbon. If you've bought something from China, you've used that much carbon footprint. I wonder what they're going to use that for, eh? And if you think this is conspiracy stuff, you want to look back at what a lot of the Davos things said in previous years, and so much of it has actually come to fruition. It's very scary, if you ask me. But yeah, what do you think they're going to use that for? Something that we'd actually discussed here on the Marina at the start of the pandemic, as I call it. If you have too many, it'll come up on your phone, oh, you've run out of your carbon credit today, you can't travel to Liverpool on the bus. You have to stay at home and only use your heating for 2 hours a day to get your carbon footprint back down to normal. Sounds far-fetched, doesn't it? But I tell you, it'll come, and so will the digital currency, where they can monitor everything we do. So, I don't know what we can do about it, if I'm honest. But yeah, so I woke up with the devil inside me. And I haven't been doing this sort of thing on this vlog for a while, but I thought, bugger it, I'm going to say what I think today. Yeah, monkeypox is bollocks. 71 cases. I mean, what does that mean? What the hell does cases mean anymore anyway? It was all bullshit during the last thing. Cases was with and of. What a load of old cock. I got a blooming video banned, didn't I, on YouTube, for actually showing ONS stats that showed the actual deaths from the you-know-what. Anyway. That's it for now. I like starting the day with a bit of a rant, you know. Bye. It's a bit miserable today, I say. It's windy. It's not warm. I've even got me cardi on, I say. Bye. 10 minutes later, and it's lovely now. Strange. Nearly fell back into a boat then, boy. You always perform for camera, don't you, Hector? Thought I'd take the mighty hound out for a little wander this evening. Because you haven't been out all day. Well, we have been out, but not out for a little wander. So many boats missing. So many. That's Hector walked. I've had my dinner, so I've had a chicken madras and a beef madras and sticky rice. I cooked it myself, you know. Well, I put it in a pan and microwave. Rice in the microwave, curry in a pan. I've done well because it's lovely. So yes, we're all settled in for the evening now. Obviously Lee's away, she's staying at our daughter's for the evening. And I think it must be dilly o'clock, I guess. And I think I'm going to watch an air crash investigation. So I'm going to have a proper night in now. Have a lovely evening. Bye. Good morning everyone, it's Thursday. And we're doing what we did last night. We're taking Hector out for a walk. He's having a good old sniff around, bless him. I was just thinking about this end of the marina, and it's very wild, isn't it? It looks like the lawnmower man doesn't come here, or the gardener doesn't. It's starting to look a bit of a mess, I think. They should let me have a sit on mower. I'd come and do all this. Yeah, spent all the money clearing all this, now it's just overgrown again. Oh, I don't know, strange. Yep, you've guessed it. I'm doing some printing onto some canvas today. I have no idea how well this will print because I've never used this canvas paper before on this printer, and certainly not this type of canvas paper. So we'll see how it turns out. This always makes me laugh. Can you see how the printer's wobbling around on the table? Might be a little hard for you all to see, but you can see it has got that canvas texture onto it. Quite cool actually. I think me monkeypox is getting worse. Bye. Lee?
Yes?
Why are you laughing?
Because you're telling me off.
I did tell her off because I asked her what she's been up to and she just sat there and didn't say anything, and then she did a really big loud burp.
Well, normally allow burps, and obviously you didn't allow burp today. So.
Oh, well, you can burp now if you want.
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
You told me not to.
Okay. Tension on.
I've had a busy day. I've had a nice day with my daughter. So I did just helped her sort out a few bits and bobs, and that's it. I had a good chat. So it's nice.
And you played some classical music to their new hamster.
We played some classical music to Tails, the new hamster, yes.
That's just weird. Isn't it?
It was funny. But she did come out. When she turned the music on, she came out and I was like, hello. Daniel was just going. But then Daniel started swaying and I said, oh, you're liking the music. That's it. That's all I've done. I need to finish my knitting.
I was going to say Fanny then.
No. I've got a blanket to finish for my sister, for a baby.
Do you know who the baby is? It's like your cardigan.
No,
you don't know who the baby is.
This is the same cardigan baby.
This is the same cardigan baby?
This is the cardigan baby. I've got to knit a blanket. Oh, God, she knows. I need to knit a blanket by Monday. So, yeah, I need to get on.
Flipping heck.
Bye.
Bye. Are you all right there, Hector? Hmm? You seem completely indifferent to the situation. Say bye. Look at this flipping dog. You're so lazy, aren't you, Hector? It's Friday, by the way. I can't believe it's Friday already, can you, Hector? Right then, we're going to talk about iPhone mounts, which really irritates me. I'm sure some of you have. I'm talking about for filming, you know, when you want to use something like this. And you see, most of them are a lot. Oops, today's. You see, there's one of the problems. Most of them are spring mounted like this. And when you've got your phone, how many hands do you need, first of all, to open this mount? You need two, don't you? Yeah? So you need two hands. If I can't do it with one, I have to do it with two. Now one of these, if I try and pull it, it pulls the whole blooming tripod out and it wiggles forward. Right, so when you want to put your phone in, you have to sort of lodge it in and do that. And I hate that because, I'll tell you what, I've dropped phones before trying to do it one-handed like this. And when you got the bigger phone, because I'm just doing this with our iPod, this is an iPod. Well, it's an old iPhone, but we use it as an iPod for music out in garden. But I always find it a bit dodgy doing that. And you know what? It's because all these things are cheap and shit and made in China. That's the truth of it. Now here's something, right, that's made in Barcelona. So Spanish do actually make some decent products, you know. This is called a shoulder pod. And look, it's such a better way of doing things. So all you have to do is you put your phone in, then you just... Oh, no, I should have screwed this up because this was made for my bigger phone. And so now it's at the right size. So if I put that in, all I have to do is screw the top. That's it. Now the phone's in. There's my phone mount. Why can't they all be like this? A screw on the top to mount it down, and you can put any size phone in it, and you can tighten it up really quite tight, and then that ain't going anywhere. Unlike them springs. I always feel nervous. This is one of the things when I film with an iPhone, I always feel nervous about the mount that it's sitting in, because it's just a spring. So if your phone was to tumble out of that, well, you know, it's not going to go anywhere out of this shoulder pod. No way at all. No way at all, I tell you. So yeah. So if you want a decent one for filming, right, then get a shoulder pod. They're not cheap. I have to admit, they're not cheap. They're not like your £5 thing. I think this is probably about 30 quid. But you know what? Security for your phone. That's it. I just thought I'd tell you all. Because they grind my gears, they do these stupid spring-loaded things. It's the same with the blooming gimbals and all that sort of stuff that have phone mounts on them. Why can't they just be screw-in ones? So much more simple, more elegant. Bye. They all knew I would, didn't they, Hector? They knew I wouldn't be able to resist getting it. Yeah, I got a gimbal for the phone, the one I wanted. Ladies and gentlemen, is why I wanted a gimbal, so we can do some cool sort of shots. It's not just about stabilisation. Now I also I've had this is off my other gimbal. This is an extension arm, so I just screw that onto there, and then that gives me the reach. So when you saw that shot of it going through the crotch, that's how I did it, pulling this through the crotch, and the phone's all stabilising it, and you can track certain objects and all that. So that's why I wanted one. So if I'm going to use a phone, I want it to be creative. So there we go. I think that's just about the end of the vlog. Let me just turn this off and put it down. I think we're well over our time limit again, because I try and limit these to 30 minutes, you know. And it gets a bit out of hand, because I can waffle on for hours, as you know I can. So yeah, so that was kind of me. I suppose that was part 2 of playing with the iPhone, wasn't it? So yeah, it's good fun. And that's it. Fabulous day today. We're having Chinese as normal for Friday. It's 3 o'clock, it's too early for beer o'clock. I'm still supposed to be at work, although it's gone really quiet again. So I guess that's me done for the day. I need to get this video all edited, finished, uploaded and all that sort of stuff, and I'll release it tomorrow on Saturday. That'll be when you're watching it, I guess. So have a brilliant weekend, everyone. Have a brilliant week coming ahead, and we'll see you all too. And you know what's coming next. You know what's coming next. We love you. See you soon. Bye.